Welcome back, or welcome to, whichever you prefer. I am here at IBC 2017 and I've gone over to see Wirecast or Telestream on the, you know what I mean. I've gone over to Telestream stand to see Wirecast. Those guys, if you don't know, they make probably the best software out there for streaming, and they brought out a bit of hardware. I thought you should know about it, so I went to speak to Scott, and here's what he had to say.
Wirecast Gear is a pre-configured Wirecast system. Many of our customers have wanted to know, what capture card should we use? What kind of PC should I use? Oh, what do I do about titling software? So we decided to put all that to bed, and we said, you know what, we're going to make a system that's got Wirecast with a capture card and a high-end PC all pre-configured, so the customers only need to come to us to answer any of their questions, one throat to choke. They don't have multiple vendors involved. They come to Telestream, and it's a system that's completely all-in-one, that's got Wirecast installed, it's got NewBlue titling installed, it's a high-end PC with plenty of horsepower, so you know that you can encode and stream to multiple destinations. It's one complete package. Yeah, so we make 3 models of Wirecast Gear. So the first one is, as you mentioned, HDMI, which is great for people that have HDMI cameras. But what about SDI? So SDI is, of course, the predominant format with cameras. So we make a model of Wirecast Gear that supports SDI inputs. That's called the Model 210. But we also have a lot of customers that want to do baseband video output. Remove the vision mixer, so to speak, and replace it. So we make a new model that we just introduced here at the show called the Model 230, which has a reconfigurable baseband I/O port. So 4 inputs or 3 inputs, 1 output, 2 input, 2 output. But in addition, all 3 models of the Wirecast Gear support NDI camera sources. And you can actually put NDI output if you had to go send that to another destination. So HDMI, SDI, NDI, and with the new Wirecast 8, we have a function called Rendezvous, which brings in remote guests from other locations. So if you're running an iPhone with a Wirecast Go app, you can actually bring in customers or remote presenters over the network into your Wirecast system as well. So Wirecast Gear is it's an i7 high-end IBM Intel Core processor with an onboard GPU. So we've specified it to be able to do the most intensive things, which is encoding. So a typical PC or a Mac, you may not be able to encode to multiple destinations, maybe one destination. So with this system itself, the Gear, we can encode and stream to multiple platforms, your CDN, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, all simultaneously because of the power. And it's the power of the GPU and the CPU that gives you the ability to do that. A lot of people can do basic switching and do decode, but the harder part of the actual computation is the encode side of the engine. And that's what you get with Wirecast Gear. You get a high-end, very powerful PC with a GPU that is able to do this encode and stream to multiple destinations. Right, so that's one of the real beautiful things about Wirecast Gear. It's not just a dedicated box, and when you're streaming or producing a show, that's all you get to do with it. Oh, hey, it can actually run Adobe Premiere or Photoshop as well. All you have to do is minimize or turn off Wirecast, and now you've got a high-end PC that allows you to do any other variety of applications. Because most of the time you want to do a show, maybe a 1-hour event or something like that. You've got 23 other hours of the day that you could be utilizing this hardware to do something else. I don't know, run email on it if you want, but run Photoshop, After Effects. It's a high-end machine. Use it to its full capability. Yeah, it's a great question. So Wirecast Gear, the 3 different models come with 3 different sizes of solid state storage. The 110 comes with 250 gigabytes. The 210 comes with 500 gigabytes. And the high-end 230 model comes with 2 terabytes of onboard SSD storage. If by chance you need to record a lot more sources, you can use an external USB drive. It supports USB 3.0, and so it's a very high-end high bandwidth throughput, so you can then externally store your, say you wanted to ISO record your cameras and walk away with those as well. Put them on external storage, and then when you're done with the event, walk away with your ISO recordings of all your cameras. Yeah, that's a really good question too. I mean, you're not stuck with one version that's really difficult to update. This is a system that's attached to a network, and when we come out with new versions, and we do them all the time, you're able to, in fact, when you start up the application, it does ask you, there's a new version of Wirecast available, would you like to download it? And you can choose not to, or you choose can, but you can just directly download the new version of the software and install it and be up and running with the latest updates for all the new features that we come out with. Yeah, that's a good question. We downloaded, you can download the full functionality, the full featured Wirecast 8 from our website, www.telestream.net, and you get play with all of the features. You can try out Rendezvous, you can use, it's a fully featured Wirecast. It does have a watermark on it, so we ask that to turn off the watermark, you pay us. But really what it is you download the software, you can run it on any PC or a Mac and try it out. If you really like it, you can buy the software only version of it that's not watermarked, or you can buy Wirecast gear and you'll get a fully configured system that works. And for this year, until the end of the year, if by chance you have a Wirecast software license, maybe version 6 and maybe version 7, and you decide, you know what, I want to move to 8, but I probably need a new computer, we're offering customers a full credit for their Wirecast software license toward the purchase of a gear unit. Yeah, so if it's a $995 version of Wirecast Pro, and you decide you want a Wirecast Gear 110, which is $49.95, you actually get $1,000 off that unit for trading in your software, and we'll give you a Wirecast Gear unit with version 8 on it.
The keener-eyed amongst you there will have noticed how many great questions I asked. Anyway, if you liked that, please do subscribe, share, and that is the full download on the Wirecast gear. Now, before you go off elsewhere, we will be getting hands-on with the Wirecast gear in the next few weeks. So we should take, well, by the time we get back to the UK, we will have one of those, we'll put it through its paces. If you've any questions about it, if there's something you want to know, do let me know. That also applies to the software, because the gear is just running the software as well. So, streaming questions regarding Telestream's Wirecast or the Wirecast gear, do let me know. Comment below, I'll check them out. That's it, I'm going to head back to the show floor and see what else we can find for you.